By the way, the TriCaster didn't turn on again.
That used to happen every time.
Then we unplugged this one and left it back in.
It's horrible.
The only time it didn't do it was the mod.
We didn't do it. We didn't use the TriCaster.
What? During their question and answer.
Oh, that, yeah.
Got some early respect.
Go get him, Dominique. Go Pennington. Blair. Oh. Well, there might be a Dominique.
All right, so I'm just going
for all. Failure to comply with these rules may result in ejection from your premises. Thank you.
Here comes Ty's battle. Boom! Right up the middle, and he is gonna go! Then spin up
At 4, Taylor Blunt.
We welcome you here to Blair Academy here in Blairstown, New Jersey. It is the Prep A Championship. Live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser here with you alongside Joe Vasile. Joe, should be fun here today. Blair Academy 19-8, Pennington 24-5. Pennington playing here in the Prep A Championship for the first time. They reigned supreme or second time I should say, but they've reigned supreme in Prep B for so long, and now Pennington and Blair, two top-fledged programs going at it here in the championship.
And Blair had a little bit of a dynasty going, 7 straight Prep A championships before falling to Pennington last year in this game. Now a chance on their home court to get a little bit of revenge for that loss to the Red Raiders last season.
Let's take a look at some of our impact players, some players you want to keep your eye out on, and we'll start first with Olivia Miles, the phenomenal sophomore, one of 2 phenomenal sophomores that these Blair Academy Buccaneers have. 17 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Great player is Olivia Miles.
And you see her there in warm-up shooting from the outside. She's not just one of these players that grabs defense and dominates a stretch of the
On the other side, she is impressive.
She is the person that can get on the inside of this game. It's almost 3 minutes a game. Maybe something who can come together and take over for the Red Raiders. Going to be a big impact.
So national anthem here. We'll pause for a moment and let you listen.
setting up that wide open three-corner. She drew double team in her direction. Nickerson in the huddle for Pennington Red Raiders. A success that holds back to the Red Raiders here this year. They see a 50-21 record over the last 4 seasons.
Diamond Christian. This is Michaela, now Johnson, and now Blunt guarded by Miles. Oh, we apologize for the technical difficulties we're having with one of our cameras here, but we will do our best to give you a radio call. There's a missed three. And now it's off the mark here, another three. Abdul Hamid over to Camille Claren in the corner. They'll skip it back out. Top of the key, Olivia Miles. Miles will trigger the three, and that one no good. Johnson's got the rebound. And
themselves up with some good looks. You know that eventually those are going to start falling in the second half of the game, but probably not soon enough if you're Blair Academy. Or rather, if you're Pennington. Too soon if you're Blair. And again, the Red Raiders do a good job drawing another foul, getting to the free throw line. This time, Diamond Christian is going to be heading there, so.
And Christian misses the first free throw there. (32 to 27, 1:34 to go. And misses both of them. Tabitha Amanze pulls home the rebound. 1:30 to play.
And of course, getting to the free throw line only helps you out in as much as you knock down the free throws when you get there. And Pennington having a little bit of a problem in executing from inside there as well. And, I don't know if I necessarily like that foul call too much.
Amanze got the rebound and then was fouled on the follow. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, Dana Kiefer just kind of tried to block the shot over the back, and it was not a very smart foul made by Kiefer. It's not that I disagree with the call, it's just I disagree with putting yourself in a position where you're going to get whistled for a foul there.
Three from Claren, tip drill. It's picked up by Pennington, and now Claren trying to wrestle it away, and will manage a jump ball whistle. 1:13 to play second quarter.
Both offenses kind of going stagnant here over the last couple of minutes. Not a lot of scoring, a lot of missed shots. A couple missed free throws. Kiefer's going to come off. Aaliyah Johnson's going to come on for Pennington after that little bit of a respite on the bench. See if she's able to kind of use that rest to get herself a little burst of energy, put some points up on the board over this last minute.
Go down to Leah Johnson at the high post. Erica McKello with an attempt to get it down low. A kickball will bring it out of bounds from Camille Claren. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Go down to Leah Johnson and call the foul on Tabitha Amanze. That'll be at least her third.
And really like out of Johnson, one of the things, you know, we talked about her scoring, we talked about her rebounding in the open, Simon. Her passing as well is one of her better attributes. It doesn't necessarily get a lot of the laudits, especially, I mean, when you think about, forwards, passing isn't necessarily one of the things that always comes to mind. But Johnson brings that element to the court, and that's one of the things that makes her such a valuable player in addition to her scoring and rebounding ability.
And she hits the first free throw. It's her first point of the game, now her second. 55 seconds left and counting. A three-point game. Good game here, just as we anticipated. It's Abdul Hamid at the top of the key. She'll step into the three and drill it. Taraya Abdul Hamid, not afraid to step out and shoot the three, said head coach Quint Clark. Case in point.
That's an absolutely key bucket for Blair. They needed that. Pennington was starting to get a little juice in their direction. They knocked down a three, but then Pennington comes right back. It's Diamond Christian, another big shot.
And a three-point lead now for Blair. They will guarantee themselves the lead heading into halftime. Looks like they're holding for one here. It's Olivia Miles coming to get the screen from Abdul Hamid. Miles gets past Johnson and then is mauled down low. Still got it up and in. Counted, and the foul two. Olivia Miles. Will complete the three-point play. And as time winds down, it'll be Taylor Blunt. Oh, she couldn't get the shot off, tried to get it ahead, and that'll do it. See if we can get one more look at that last play from Olivia Miles.
Well, I tried, and that's what counts.
Yep.
Either way,
Olivia Miles with a great first half overall for both teams, 38 to 32. Blair Academy leads. We're going to take a break here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, and we will come back with more. The third quarter coming up. It's the Prep A Championship live here on PBPSN. And we welcome you back here to Blairstown, New Jersey, Hardwick Hall on the campus of Blair Academy. Simon Rosenwasser and Joe Vasile back with you. As the score is 38-32 as we approach the beginning of the third quarter of play. Got a couple of highlights to roll from that first half. And Joe, pretty good action all the way around.
A couple of and ones, but it was Leah Johnson for Pennington having a little bit of a tough time getting going, but Olivia Miles, she did not. A couple of big three-pointers in that first half, and her to 21 points, a game high for all scorers, and right at the end getting that big three-point play that electrified this crowd with 4 seconds left to go in that first half. And well, now that gave her team, the Blair Bucks, a 38-32 lead. 16 minutes standing between them and a prep championship here in 2019, climbing the mountain one more time after last year falling to these very Red Raiders.
So we begin the third quarter. And the teams will switch sides. We've got a couple of high scorers in this game. 21 points for Olivia Miles of Blair Academy. And the girl with the ball, Diamond Christian, 18 for Pennington. Leah Johnson only with 4. They'll give it to Taylor Blunt for 3. It is her first 3. She had a deep, what looked like a 3 in the first half, but they called it a 2 with a foot on the line. But now Taylor Blunt with 11 points for Pennington and a good start for the Red Raiders. Olivia Miles. And she can dish with the best of them, and she finds Tabitha Amanze for 2.
That's how you got to be in this modern era of basketball. She's a guard who can pass and obviously score, but can also rebound. You got to be able to do a little bit of everything and be athletic enough to compete at any of the 5 spots on the floor, and that's what Olivia Miles can do.
A lot of fire in her too, Olivia Miles. And it'll stay here with Pennington. We'll go right down to Leah Johnson, trying to get her going. It's Amanze who picks up the foul. That is the 4th on Tabitha Amanze. She started the half with 3, and just 50 seconds in, picks up her 4th personal. So that's going to be a clear storyline to watch. You got to imagine that Jeff Beckerson is going to try to feed Leah Johnson as much as possible without Amanze in the game. Checking in is Sophia Davis, who has done great work for Blair Academy, but Amanze's got the height for the Bucks. And Leah Johnson, of course, 6'2", a lot to handle for anyone. A couple free throws for Leah Johnson. And there's a 3 for Olivia Miles. She is feeling it today. Olivia Miles now with 24 points. And back and forth we go. Blair back up by 6, which is what the lead was at the start of the quarter. Christian lost control. Miles trying to skip it ahead to Dom Darius. But instead, it is Christian for the 2. Christian was still back on the play from turning it over the previous time. And now Diamond Christian with 20 points. 43-39. Dom Darius looking to get going. 8 points in the first half. And it'll stay here with Blair. They'll take it out on the baseline. As Olivia Miles will do the honors. Simon Rosenwasser and Joe Vasile here with you. It's Dom Darius who got the late touch off of Leah Johnson and almost put it home. But Dom Darius will now head to the line for a couple of free throws. Darius, the 6-foot sophomore, misses the first free throw.
Yeah, you're going to watch and see on your screen Johnson just a little bit late on the slide coming over, and that was what ended up resulting in that foul call. One
of 2 for Dom Darius. in addition to her 17 points per game, also averaging 11 rebounds per game. And now 9 points in this game, 5-point lead for Blair. Down to Leah Johnson. She was double teamed. It'll lead to an open three for Gianna Lucchese, and she knocks it down. First three for the 5'10 senior. Got 3 personal fouls, but a workhorse in there, and you saw the double down low. It left Lucchese open in the corner. Beautiful pass from Miles to Darius. Camille Claren with the rebound. And she gives it back out to Olivia Miles. No good. But it's Darius working hard on the offensive glass over Leah Johnson. 46-42. Abdul Hamid now on Johnson, and that is the best looking play from Leah Johnson so far. Now 8 points for Leah, and Pennington within 2. Camille Claren hit a couple of threes in the first half, now over 100 for the season. 101 three-pointers for Camille Claren. They celebrated her at Hardwick Hall. Here's a three from Sophia Davis, no good. Abdul Hamid working hard. It's Leah Johnson losing out on the rebound yet again. And Olivia Miles for 3. No, this time Johnson picks it up. And a push off by Taraya Abdul Hamid.
We're going to take a look here at that last three-pointer that was made by Pennington. See the ball movement just kind of hanging around. The double team collapsing inside, allowing for that kick out. And it's that inside-out game that all coaches want to strive for on offense to help open up those good looks from the perimeter.
Scooping it up, no good. Taylor Blunt. Lucchese was in the corner. They opted not to give it to her. It's Camille Claren who will take it coast to coast. Waits for the bump, and for good reason, puts it home. An easy and one for Camille Claren. Claren now with 8. Looking for 9. And she knocks it down. (49-44). Every time Pennington gets close, Blair extends that lead back to where it was at the beginning of this second half. It's Diamond Christian guarded by Olivia Miles. Now Taylor Blunt with Dom Darius eyeing her up. Down to Leah Johnson. Another open Lucchese 3. It works again. Down to Johnson. Lucchese outside for 3. Open. And she's making it rain. It's Sophia Davis with a rainbow, a little short. And it comes down to Diamond Christian. Davis went down to the ground courtesy of Leah Johnson. On the other end, it is Diamond Christian. Picks up her dribble, needs help, and finds Leah Johnson. Under 4 to play. Third quarter, 2-point game. And Diamond Christian blocked by Sophia Davis, but got it right back. And Diamond Christian, no good. Johnson, the offensive rebound, throws it up, no good. And it finds the hands of Claren. Easy one's not falling for Johnson. Good job by Diamond Christian to prevent what would have been an open 3 attempt for Camille Claren. Abdul Hamid. Range jump shot no good. And the loose ball picked up by Leah Johnson. So without Tabitha Amanze, the freshman, match up height-wise with Leah Johnson. It's been Abdul Hamid with help from Blair, and it's led to a couple of 3 balls. And Pennington has worked themselves back, could tie with a 2. They'll take the lead with a 3. It's a brick from Taylor Blunt, and a long rebound to Dom Darius. Claren pulls up, no good. And Blunt got the rebound. Back and forth we go. It's Taylor Blunt finding herself open, and she drills it. Taylor Blunt with her second 3 ball of the second half. 3rd overall. It is a 14-point performance for Taylor Blunt so far, and Pennington back on top, 50-49. Davis will try it again for 3. This time she knocks it down. Beautifully done. A rainbow from the corner for Sophia Davis. And a timeout is called by Jeff Eckerson. And we see Quick Clark and company. We'll get one more look at this this Sophia Davis three, and real good arc there from Davis. Tried a couple times here in the second half, finally getting one to go down. First three of the game, averaging 4 points per game in 14 games played here this season. A look at the recent results from the Pennington Red Raiders. Mentioned that they went down to North Carolina, beating Empower Academy 74-69 in overtime. Beating Stewart Country Day 55-44. The Trenton Catholic game losing 64-45, but that Trenton Catholic team is absolutely loaded.
Yeah, that is a tough one playing there in the Mercer County tournament. Trenton Catholic was really the favorites kind of coming in this year. There's no gambling, but if there was smart money, it would be on Trenton Catholic. But it's one of those things where, all right, Pennington, you took that loss. You came back with 3 strong wins down in North Carolina. Now you're looking to cap this one off with another Prep A championship.
2:11 to go, third quarter. Pennington on the ball, back down by 2. They've had the lead for almost a combined 5 seconds here as Camille Claren steals it away. Claren for Miles, a 3 is short, and it will tip out of bounds. Anyway, Pennington has had a couple of 1-point leads here in this game, 2 of them in fact, and each time they've taken that 1-point lead, Blair has gone on the other end and knocked down a 3. This is a Bucks team that is primed to respond. You knock them down or give them a left jab, you know that they're going to respond with a right hook.
Double team. Oof.
And a foul called. Dom Darius was there, and it will get called on her. Amanze is back into the game. She's playing with 4, so she has to be smart, as Taraya Abdul Hamid has taken a seat on the bench. Knowing the foul trouble for Amanze, we assume she'll be back in sooner probably rather than later. It is Diamond Christian. Camille Claren, beautiful defense. Claren steals it away. Gliding the other way, looking for someone and finds Miles. No look pass, it's Dom Darius for 3. Down it goes! Another highlight reel play as Dom Darius knocks it down courtesy of Olivia Miles. Man, Olivia Miles, we have seen her knock down 3s, but it is her passes that really sets her apart. And here's Darius with the steal. Dom Darius for 2, and a flurry for Blair will force a timeout for the Pennington Red Raiders. Jeff Eckerson takes it. It is a 57-50 lead. As we will get one more look at that no-look pass. Again, Olivia Miles. And that's really what sets her apart, Joe, in her game. She's got eyes she's got like 360 vision. She's got eyes on the side of her head. She's got eyes in the back of her head. She finds the open teammate, and the ability to have that head staying straight. She's able to deke defenders out, helps get that open player a little bit more open.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were talking about with Leah Johnson from Pennington as well. Passing is kind of an underrated part of her game. Same said for Olivia Miles. I mean, she had 21 points in the first half. Just 3 so far in the third quarter, but what she's done in making a difference, setting her teammates up, playing defense, grabbing some rebounds, that has helped Blair weather this storm from Pennington, where they came out blitzing out of the gate in this third quarter, taking the lead momentarily. Miles has helped Pennington get the lead back up to 7, or rather Blair get the lead up to 7.
It is an 8-point run, 8-0 run for Blair Academy, as Pennington, after the timeout, has to halt some momentum. It's Taylor Blunt by Amanze. They're trying to feed Johnson, double teamed. It'll be a long 2-point jump shot, no good. Low percentage shot there from Pennington. It was open. It's Dom Darius receiving the behind the back pass, and Taylor Blunt fouls her.
It's not really what you want to do. Fouling the jump shooter, going for 3.
So 3 free throws here coming for Dom Darius. Get this replay after this first free throw. It was late.
Yeah,
see that.
Not a lot of contact at all, but a little bit of a hand on the body when she came down and landed. You couldn't see it from that angle.
1 of 2 for Darius. Sarcastic smile looking at the crowd. Calm down before this next free throw.
You want to be careful about the sarcastic smiles.
Leah Johnson pulls it home. 1 of 3 for Darius. It's an 8-point lead for Blair. Pennington, a bucket would be welcome here to gain some momentum heading into the fourth. Final ticks of the third quarter. Johnson at the high post. Olivia Miles from behind her, wreaking havoc. Johnson will pull the trigger and unleash an air ball. 3 seconds left as Blair rolls it in. It'll be Olivia Miles. The last second heave, it is no good, but it is an 8-point lead for Blair Academy heading to the fourth quarter of play.
And for Blair in that third quarter, I think that was one of their strongest quarters of basketball. Maybe they didn't score as many points. Maybe they did give up a bunch to the Red Raiders as well. But what they showed as a team coming out, going down to Pennington, and then taking that lead, getting it back up to 8 going into the fourth quarter, shows a lot of inner strength out of that team.
Fourth quarter, the score 58-50 in favor of Blair. Slow the pace. And a jump ball will give the ball back to Pennington. So possession arrow now in favor of the Bucks.
Yes, very briefly the Red Raiders had it for all of about 8 seconds at the start of the quarter.
Fed Johnson gets it back from Christian, and Johnson knocks down the mid-range jump shot.
And that ends about a 3.5-minute drought for Pennington without scoring a field goal. That's got to feel good for the Red Raiders.
Well, that doesn't feel good for the Red Raiders. Darius with another deuce, a mid-range jump shot. That was pure. Now Darius doing the defending. Blunt spins off her. Feeds down to Johnson. Got her own miss. Put it back and one. Leah Johnson. A welcome and one there. And we get another look here on the replay.
See, working inside, grabbing her own miss, getting it, putting it in. That's what Leah Johnson has done all season, and that's what Pennington's needed out of her here today. They need more of it in this fourth quarter.
It was not called on Tabitha Amanze. She remains in the game. It is a 4-point lead. Olivia Miles can't make it 7. And Lucchese picks up the pass from Cramley. 6-point lead, for Blair Academy. Diamond Christian finds Johnson. Amanze with the block. Miles will save it and keep possession for Blair. Great job there. With 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter, another substitution. As Lovasolo will take a seat. And Abdul Hamid comes back into the game for the Bucks. Dom Darius, no good. Fighting hard, it's Diamond Christian who pulls away and escapes the pack with a call a traveling violation on her as she spun through the double team.
Take a look at that great heads-up play down to the other end by Miles to just throw it in right off of the legs of Johnson underneath.
And Miles takes a little bump from Taylor Blunt. Miles may have sold it too. It'll be the 5th team foul against Pennington. And 6:19 to play here in the 4th. Academy back with the ball. Get it into Amanze. Provides the screen for Darius. No good. Johnson claims the rebound. This is Taylor Blunt. Pulls the trigger. They're deep on the 3. Amanze picks it up. Darius weaving through. And a will all play. It'll be a foul against Pennington. And back into the game. For the Red Raiders comes Dana Kiefer.
And remember back in the first half how Pennington was doing such a great job of drawing fouls from Blair and getting to the free throw line. It's been the exact opposite here in this second. Blair has stopped fouling, and Pennington all of a sudden is having him rack up against him.
Camille Claren providing the assist to Dom Darius. 8-point advantage back for Blair Academy. Ties their largest of the game. Check that, the first couple of minutes when all the Blair Academy, they were leading 10-0. It's Lucchese looking for her 3rd 3 of the second half. Not to be. And Blair in control. Miles for Claren. A 3 is no good. Amanze working hard and does enough to deflect it off of Dana Kiefer. Get it into Amanze. And now Claren comes up to hand off to Dom Darius. Amanze, a little hesitation. Got her own miss. And Tabitha will reset back outside the arc. Under 5 to play. Amanze providing the screen. It's Claren. Off the dribble. Down low. Amanze for 2. And now it is tied for the largest lead of the game for Blair. Back up to 10, 64-54.
Starting to pull away here in the 4th quarter. Pennington, they've got time, but they need to make that move soon.
That's a tough shot there underneath for Dana Kiefer. Amanze has really come alive, and all with 4 fouls. She's playing with 4 fouls. And receives the pass. Another 2 for Tabitha Amanze. 6 points for her now, that time courtesy of Olivia Miles. Christian on the other end will draw the foul. And headed to the line, is Taylor Blunt. A couple free throws here for Pennington, and coming down the stretch, down by 12. Those free throws going to be real important for the Red Raiders. Blunt, a really good shooter. Back to 10 is the lead for Blair. The Red Raiders, you just need stops. Give your team a chance. Blair starting to really feel it on offense, though that one wouldn't go for Olivia Miles. And for Pennington, Christian pump faking the 3, guarded by Olivia Miles, goes down to Leah Johnson. Need to get her going, but more good defense. As it's now Darius the other way, and she draws the foul. It went in and out. And I'll call it before the shot anyway. It is the 6th team foul against Pennington, so the next one, and Blair is in the bonus. Unless they'll say that that is the 7th. Yep, that is the 7th team foul, so they will reset it. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Dom Darius.
That's going to be a big help. Blair can't knock down their free throws.
So now Diamond Christian the other way, and she draws the foul. And to the line for two goes Diamond Christian. And when you're trailing in a game, Joe, the best case scenario is to get to the free throw line, score points without any time coming off the clock. You have to knock those free throws down as Sophia Davis is ready to check back in. I believe that foul was called on Amanze, so she's fouled out of the game. Really good run for her. 4 fouls here in the second half. She made herself a presence, not only guarding Leah Johnson, but doing well on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, and really emblematic of the whole Blair team, who's done a great job in this second half of clamping down, not fouling as much as we said just a couple of moments ago. I mean, since then, Pennington's gotten to the free throw line a couple of times, but
1 of 2 for Diamond Christian. It is back to a single-digit game. The time of the essence if you're Pennington. Camille Claren. Down low, Olivia Miles will get called for the traveling violation. You saw it immediately, Joe.
yeah, Miles caught the thing and didn't put the ball on the floor, took an extra step, and that's right in front of the official, going to get called 10 times out of 10.
There's Taylor Blunt. Ooh, did well to get past Dom Darius and then finishes into Abdul Hamid. It's an and one for Taylor Blunt.
All of a sudden, you can't count Pennington out. I mean, not too long ago, they were down 66-54. They got the bucket. They got a couple foul shots. They got a timeout to try and collect themselves. And they're getting the charge back into this one. It's just a 7-point game as they're going to take a timeout. So you'll be able to see they're going to have 2 left to go. Blair's still got 3 timeouts. So both coaches, both teams in good timeout shape.
Here are your recent results for Blair Academy. 19-8 overall, 8-0 in the Maple. Of course, winning the Mid-Atlantic Prep League Championship.
That's only 9 straight years that they've done that. So old hat for this team at this point. Realize that's how many classes in a row that has come in and won nothing but Maple championships here at Blair.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff what Quint Clark has done. You do the math in your head.
5?
Unofficially.
I believe so. I think it's like that would
Officially 5.
9 straight would make 5 straight
Yeah.
classes who have come in and won every single year. That is just unbelievable.
6-point game. It's not over yet as Pennington gets the and one, and now Gianna Lucchese gets called for the foul on the floor. It's going to put Camille Claren at the free throw line, and that's the 4th on Lucchese.
You know, when that whistle blew, I thought that Claren was going to get called for a carry or for palming the basketball because she had a really high, awkward dribble. She kind of came underneath and then went over the top of the ball, kind of like how I dribble because I have no handles. But it was awkward looking, but the foul came first and might have even influenced that kind of awkward looking drive.
Definitely not the girl you want to foul either. Camille Claren, a sharpshooter. Does not hit the rim on either of those free throws, and the lead is back to 8. 2.5 to play. It is Taylor Blunt, Leah Johnson, mid-range jump shot, got the roll. Much needed for Leah Johnson and the Red Raiders. And the lead back down to 6. Blair will slow the pace as you see Olivia Miles, guarded by Taylor Blunt, who tries to speed her up. Blair in for 3.
Ooh, that would have been big. Big rebound.
Leah Johnson does the honors. 2 minutes to go. Pennington down by 6. Blunt for 3. She rattles it through, and Pennington's within 3. Huge 3 ball from Taylor Blunt. 4th on the game for Taylor, and it's a 1-possession game. Claren weaves her way into an open jump shot. Leah Johnson claims the rebound. And Pennington could tie with a 3.
Got ourselves a ball game. Simon!
And one! Gianna Lucchese with a chance to tie it up. Look at the celebration. Pennington does well in transition, and Lucchese, with that speed that she has, able to finish and complete the three-point play. Gianna Lucchese, playing with 4 fouls, ties it up. An 8-0 run for Pennington, down as many as 10 just a couple of minutes ago. Camille Claren now with 1:15 to go. It is a Darius 3, no good, and it'll come all the way over here to the broadcast table.
Good hands.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Timeout on the floor. Pennington ties it at 68 with 1:12 to play. How about the Red Raiders, Joe? You thought that maybe it was looking like Blair was going to pull away. Let's see if we got a couple of replays here, and now it's the Pennington Red Raiders who got a good look at the celebration yet again for Gianna Lucchese. So 68-68, 1:12 to play.
And finally, we're going to actually get to see the foul.
All right, let's see it here.
Little touch right on the back as she went in.
Well, we saw it go in.
Sort of.
As the Blair crowd gets loud here, Joe, you were here last week for the St. Benedict's game. That was a wild environment. The environment might not match what it was last week, but as the game has gone on, these students have gotten more and more into it.
Yeah, it's raucous and rowdy. The crowd is not the size of the standing room only that we had last week, but they are just as passionate and just as loud. Feisty here in the last minute.
It's Diamond Christian with help from Leah Johnson at the top.
Watch your corner.
Christian got through, puts it up, and the foul is called late, but it was called nonetheless. So a couple of free throws coming here for Diamond Christian. Largest lead of the game for Pennington is 1. They've had it twice. A couple of free throws would give them their largest lead of the game. Red Raiders still on a 9-0 run. Blair held scoreless here in the last couple minutes. And Christian 1 for 2. Another 1-point lead for Pennington.
They've got the timeouts if they want to use them.
It's Darius who picks up her dribble, looking for Claren. Lucchese with good defense, forces a turnover, and then Blunt is fouled on the other end. Another empty trip for Blair offensively. And that'll be a 1-and-1 as we walk the floor. Taylor Blunt to the free throw line.
And that's a situation where if I'm Quint Clark, I would have liked to have called timeout. You've got 3 remaining in the game. Call a timeout, talk it over, get a play set up so that way you know. Instead, Blair just kind of rushed into the front court. They seemed a little out of sorts, and the haste ends up leading to that turnover and the eventual foul. It's that old John Wooden that everyone always says a million times, hurry, but be quick, or whatever it is. Not what you wanted out of Blair. I butchered the phrase, I know I did.
It's all good, Joe. Blunt misses the free throw. With 25 seconds to go, it is Sophia Davis in the corner. She throws it away, and Diamond Christian can play keep away as Blair needs to foul with 16 seconds left.
And again, letting the team play instead of taking a timeout, and another turnover for Blair. And again, you've got 3 still remaining.
We don't have the official book here, but you've been counting. That's 3 timeouts for Blair. Quint Clark definitely has one in his pocket. He's got those 3, as you said.
Yeah, Pennington's got 1 left. They've got 3. Meanwhile, Diamond not caving under pressure.
Now, Diamond Christian has been the standout here for the Pennington Red Raiders. Had a heck of a first half, and now clutch at the line does convert both of the double bonus. So Blair Academy only with a chance to tie. 5 seconds left. It's Miles for 3. No good. Johnson the rebound, and that will just about do it. The Pennington Red Raiders on an 11-0 run here at the end of the 4th quarter. And the Blair students start to file out of the stands here. They're going to need 2 missed free throws from Leah Johnson. Pennington in the double bonus. She just needs 1 to make it a 2-possession game. That's going to do it. The Pennington Red Raiders are Prep A champions.
And how about that for Leah Johnson, who started so slow at the beginning of this game, to be the one at the free throw line to kind of put that dagger in with 1.2 seconds left.
That's the game. The clock should have rolled.
Got a timeout.
But you can't call a timeout if you don't have the ball. Right, Joe? Not that it matters. The game is over. It's a 2-possession game. Blair finally calling timeout, but you can't call timeout unless you actually have the rebound. It's still a loose ball. They called that timeout when it was still loose on the rebound, though. They need 4 points in 0.9 seconds. That's going to do it. The Pennington Red Raiders finishing this game on a 12-0 run.
Bit late to use the timeout. I would have liked to have seen the timeout come maybe 2 possessions ago, settle the team down. And I get if you're Quint Clark, look, you've had a great season. It's been a fantastic run, and you've gotten here by letting your players play. But I think in this case, with as much on the line as it is, would have liked to have seen that timeout come a little bit earlier to try to settle things down, run a play as soon as Pennington took the lead to try and get it back in your cage, and you had a couple of opportunities to do it and passed it up.
Pennington goes down in the Mercer County Championship to Trenton Catholic. They will come to Blair Academy after being down by 10 points multiple times in this game. And they finish this 2018 season as Prep A champions. The Pennington Red Raiders have done it. "12 points in a row for Pennington. A run that seemingly came out of nowhere as Blair was buzzing offensively. And it is the Red Raiders who yet again knock out Blair Academy here in the Prep A championship. What an entrance into the Prep A. And big congratulations to Jeff Eckerson. What a year for Pennington, with Diamond Christian leading the charge for the Red Raiders. A gutsy effort here in the Prep final. So we'll keep it here with Paul Clavel, the athletic director at Blair Academy, going to present the trophy to the Pennington Red Raiders. A tough loss, to say the least, if you're Blair. Here's Paul. There it is. Doesn't look like Blair wants to hang out for the trophy presentation. And the Pennington Red Raiders are the champions here in the preps. Let's see if we can hang around for an interview. Let's grab Diamond Christian if we can, and be right back here on the Play by Play Sports Network. Back we come here to Blair Academy, Prep A champions, the Pennington Red Raiders. Diamond, man, let's start with the end of that game. You guys went on a 12-0 run at the end. What was the key to stopping Blair, who looked like they were buzzing offensively? You held them in check and came out with an unbelievable comeback.
Biggest thing our coach said, he was saying, make sure you're in help, and put a hand up on Olivia. She was hitting down a lot of threes today. Credit to her. It definitely took heart. We called the timeout, and they were on a run too. And he said, "It's our last quarter of our high school career. You got to go out with some heart."
You went down by 10 points twice in this game. Obviously in the fourth quarter late, but in the beginning of the game, you guys were down, but you were resilient. You were able to fight back. You never gave up. Obviously, what's the key to that resiliency for you guys?
Pressure. We talked about pressure all year, and that was something that made us beat them today. Definitely Taylor Blunt, man. She came down, she hit that three, and I told Coach, I said we should go in Richmond, which is our double team play, and that's exactly what we did. Leah rebounds, everything worked out pretty well. That's what it was at the end today.
What was the key to the game coming in? You feel like this game went sort of according to plan in terms of how you game plan for it?
Not exactly. I think our game plan was more of a go out there and play. Don't always, do plays, just play. And I don't know, I can't even believe it, man. It's heart right there. It took a lot of heart.
A lot of travel for you guys recently. It seemed like, the first couple minutes, a little slow.
Yeah.
You guys had to travel up here to Blair Academy, not an easy trip. You came back from North Carolina. Did that have an effect, the amount of travel you guys have been doing?
I think it actually did us a good job in the end, because running up and down the court is really good. Practice is always something, but playing against good competition definitely made us hit a lot of shots in transition. So we were playing, okay teams, but when we went out to North Carolina, we were playing back-to-back games, and although our bodies were really like dead after that, the running back and forth and transition shots, that definitely helped us today.
Last question. What do you love the most about playing under head coach Jeff Eckerson?
I could always look him in the eye. We're on the same page. We're always on the same page. But I'm going to miss him, man. It was a great 2 years.
Yeah, you talk about your I'll give you one more question since this is your last game of your high school career. Just talk about your high school career here at the Pennington School and what it's going to mean to you when you look back on it in the future.
Coming off my ACL injury, it was hard. It was really hard. But coming to Pennington, they gave me a great opportunity, and I'll never regret it. They took me out. They took the kid out the Bronx. And they said, "Here's your opportunity." And here we are today.
All right, Diamond, we know that there are big things for you in the future. A big congratulations on a phenomenal career. What a way to finish it up. Diamond Christian, player of the game here. Prep A champions, congrats. Let you go celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much.
All right, Diamond Christian will get this headset off of you. And that'll do it for us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser going to sign off for Joe Vasile, our color commentator, Kevin Fodinger on camera. We will say so long as the Pennington Red Raiders are prep champions. We will leave you with this.